What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking all about some of my must-haves for winter time. I really wanted to focus most of this on like body care and skincare because I feel like that's really what winter affects the most. It dries out our skin, it makes our skin just really unhappy, very flaky. At least this is just my experience. Maybe I'm just projecting. I don't know. You let me know down below. So I have a lot of skincare. I do also have a couple makeup products that I wanted to recommend that I kind of tend to gravitate towards when it gets colder outside. Let's just say I put together an extensive list of hydrating tinted lip balms because for whatever reason that is what I love to wear when it gets really cold outside, just to kind of hydrate, protect, but also add some color to my lips. So just get ready for like 20 tinted lip balm recommendations. So it really is just like a big old mishmash of winter favorites. So I hope that you're gonna enjoy it. Portion of this video is also in partnership with Joe's Maran. I love Joe's Maran's products so much, so it's very, very exciting for me to be able to work with them. I'm gonna be talking about some of my favorite moisturizers from them, like body moisturizers, because they really do have some of my favorites. And they have really, really amazing holiday sets, but I'll get into that when the time comes. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so we're gonna start off first with skincare, specifically for the face. And for these products, I really did focus mostly on products that really help me with texture because I feel like that's really one of the biggest concerns besides hydration in the wintertime. The really, really cold air just makes your skin so dry and flaky. Again, just speaking on personal experience here, you may have perfectly beautiful, smooth, non-flaky skin in the wintertime, but I cannot relate. But if you're like me, these are my current favorite products to really help minimize that as much as possible. So not only is my skin really dry and flaky, but it's also very sensitive. And so a lot of the products that are meant to detexturize can sometimes make my skin really, really sensitive, and it just pretty much creates a horrible reaction on my skin. So I do have to be pretty careful with these products. So just know that these are at least my sensitive skin approved. So even though a lot of these are chemical exfoliators, they don't make my skin react horribly. Starting off first, I wanted to talk about two of my current favorite face masks that really, really help with texture. The first mask that I have here is from the Inkey List. This is the Apple Cider Vinegar Acid Peel. I was so pleasantly surprised when I tried this product. I fully expected that when I would try this, my skin would just be like a bright red tomato. There's a product from Drunk Elephant called the Baby Facial, and that was like my go-to chemical exfoliator mask for a while. But every single time I would use that product, my skin would be so red. Like I would take the product off, it would look like I had a red mask on my face because wherever I put the product, my skin just became so irritated. And I just kind of thought that that's what it was, especially when it came to more like chemical exfoliators. I just thought my skin just reacted that way, but it doesn't always have to. You can find products that are better for more sensitive skin, and I do find that this guy is really, really great for sensitive skin, but it's still really effective. This is one of the most like instant gratification, satisfying skincare products because it really just gives you instant results after you take off the mask. It's not like you have to use it for like 3 months until you start seeing results. Like after the first use, you will notice that your skin is immediately smoother, not as like flaky, and it is also a very, very affordable product. So this is definitely one of my favorites. On the other side of the price spectrum, but still an amazing, amazing product, is this SkinCeuticals mask. This is the Glycolic Brightening Renew Overnight Nightly Treatment. So while this is like a rinse off product, this is actually a mask that you keep on overnight. And I like to use this maybe like once every 2 weeks when I really want to deeply go in and hydrate and exfoliate my face. I just find that this is a very, very effective product. When I wake up in the morning after using this, my skin is glowing. My skin feels really, really nice and smooth. And not only that, but it also feels kind of like plump and hydrated at the same time. So it's just a really nice overnight treatment. Again, it's definitely a little bit pricier, but it works. It's so good. SkinCeuticals is one of my favorite brands. If you're not really into using face masks and you want to use something daily to help improve the texture on your skin, I have been loving this guy from Use to the People. It is a kombucha plus 11% AHA exfoliation power toner. So this product pretty much does like a very similar thing that these masks do, but it's just in a different format. This is more of like a daily, nightly toner instead of like a once a week or twice a week mask. This is a newer product in my routine, and so only recently have I been using this daily, like every single night. And I actually find that because I am using this every single day, I don't actually feel like I have to go in with my mask as often as I used used to, because I feel like my texture, my dry skin is being kept at bay with this product. So if you are looking for more of like a daily treatment rather than like a once a week treatment, this one is so awesome. So this next product doesn't necessarily tackle texture, but it does tackle hydration and just making my skin feeling almost bouncy and glowy and radiant. And that's this guy right over here. This is the Holly Frog Antioxidant Dewy Drop Serum. So this is a hydrating serum. Looks like this. It kind of looks milky and it goes into the skin super easily. This is a very lightweight, not too heavy, not too oily serum. I do find that a lot of serums that are meant to kind of like hydrate the skin and make your skin look really dewy are just excessively moisturizing, which is great. I love a good moisturizing serum, but sometimes I do want something a little bit more lightweight, and this really is the perfect in between, where it doesn't feel overly heavy on the skin, it doesn't feel greasy on the skin, but it literally makes your skin just look so juicy and plump and dewy. That really is the best way to describe it. So I've been using this pretty much just in the daytime, and I like to use it right before I apply my moisturizer, and I really do find that this makes, again, a huge difference in just the way my skin glows throughout the day. It's such a beautiful product. So that is it for the face. So now let's move on to some body care items. How could I not talk about my First Day Beauty KP Bump Eraser Body Scrub? This was like one of the very first products that I tried that actually made a difference in the KP on my arms. It was something that I was struggling with for a very long time, and for whatever reason, I just never really found a product that worked for me. In the wintertime, KP does tend to flare up pretty aggressively, at least it does for me, and so I need to go in like double time with my KP products, and the scrub is, again, one of my favorites. A lot of body scrubs tend to have really large particles. This guy, though, almost feels like a face scrub. It has very fine scrubby particles, and so it really just like gets in there. And because it has AHA, which is the same chemical that's in these guys to help smooth your skin, it's going to help in smoothing your arms. So not only does it physically exfoliate your skin with the little particles, but it also chemically exfoliates your skin. So it's just really effective. So now let's talk about body moisturizers. I actually have two sets here from Josie Maran that actually contain the same product, but in two different formats. It is the Whipped Argan Oil Body Butter. This is one of my all-time favorite body moisturizers. I've been using this for years and years. I remember using the vanilla bean flavor when I lived at my parents' house in my childhood home. So that was at least 5 years ago. So I've been using this product for a really long time. So first things first, we have the Velvet Joy Whipped Body Butter Duo. So this little set is $72 Canadian, but it's actually a value of $96, which is pretty great. And you do get two full-size body moisturizers in here. One is unscented and one is Cranberry Splash, which is a special scent for the holidays. First of all, I really love the fact that they included both an unscented and a scented version of the body butter, because even though the scented version smells delicious, sometimes you don't always want to smell like anything. Sometimes you just want to moisturize, and so it's really nice that you have the option of both in here, just depending on your mood. We just need to take just like one single moment for the texture of this body butter. It is so creamy, so whipped. It really just feels like butter. I am the laziest person when it comes to applying body moisturizer. I just a lot of the times can't be bothered, but with this texture, it actually makes it enjoyable to apply because it's that really nice, just like whipped and creamy and luxurious, delicious texture. I just love it so much. Of course, it is Josie Maran, so there is argan oil formulated inside of both of these body moisturizers. And it's not one of those moisturizers that just makes your skin look a little bit shiny and it doesn't really do much else. Like, this actually deeply moisturizes and nourishes the skin and just makes it feel really good. It's like a nice, warm, moisturized hug. So the reason why I really wanted to show you guys this set, which is the Joyful Body Whipped Body Butter Trio, is, first of all, it comes in 3 different scents. So it's vanilla apricot, sweet citrus, and hippie holiday, which is another special fragrance for the holidays. And vanilla apricot is probably one of my favorite scents that they have. But what's really nice about this being in a squeezy tube, I actually have one right here just to show you guys, is that you can use this easily when you're on the go. So of course, a tub like this is not the most portable thing in the world. It's not really like you're gonna throw this inside of your purse, but it does work great on a vanity. This guy though, you can absolutely throw it in your bag, you could put it in your car, and you have this beautiful moisturizer on the go. Because I am constantly disinfecting my hands have been disgustingly dry, like the driest they've ever been. And so I've been just slathering this on my hands like multiple times a day. And again, because it is this really nice nourishing formula, it's just so hydrating for the hands as well. And because you have 3 full-size tubes of this in here with 3 different scents, you can of course keep them for yourself, but it's also a great opportunity to like gift 1 or gift 2 to friends and family. And the value of this is $59 Canadian, and it is $47 for the set of 3. Okay, so that's it for the body care products and skincare products. So now let's move on to some makeup products that I've been really loving, especially for the winter time. So first things first, I wanted to talk about a bronzer, because in the winter time, I'm clearly not seeing the sun as much as I did in the summer, and so I get a lot less tan than I was in the summertime. And so obviously I need to shift a lot of the shades that I'm wearing, and that does include my bronzer. And so when I do get to a point when I am a little bit more on the fairer side, I do like to move to bronzers that are slightly more golden toned and not quite as red, because I do feel like they are the most flattering on my skin tone. And so I wanted to show you guys the bronzer that I've been currently enjoying now that I completely lost my tan. This is the Ilia Novelty Nightlight Bronzing Powder. The reason why I do prefer this type of undertone is just because I find it looks a little bit more natural with my skin tone. I find that it doesn't look quite as bronzery. It really just looks like I have a little bit of warmth and glow to my skin. I am actually wearing this on my face right now because I wanted to show you guys what it looks like in use, and it doesn't really look like I'm wearing bronzer, you know, but without it, I would definitely look a lot more one tone. But with this, it does add a little bit more warmth, a little bit more dimension to my face, but it's not like, oh, bronzer. The only thing that I will say about this product is that it's very pigmented, like very, very intensely pigmented. And so you gotta be a little bit careful when applying this. Like I tap off my brush when I dip it into this, because otherwise I'll just completely over apply. So you gotta be just a little bit careful with this guy. But besides that, it's a beautiful color, a beautiful formula, and it just kind of glides right on. It's a kind of exactly what I like in a bronzer. For blush, I've definitely been leaning more towards rusty red and berry shades. Even though I am more fair, I have been enjoying these deeper blush shades because I feel like it just adds so much warmth to the face. And again, that's really what I'm trying to achieve with my makeup nowadays. So I have 3 blushes that I've kind of been cycling between, and they all definitely have a very similar vibe to one another. So the first one is the blush that I'm wearing on my cheeks right now. This is the By Terry Powder Blush in Nude Dance, and it's just a really nice deep pinkish berry shade. I'm gonna apply a little bit more. And I've really been going ham with my blush lately, like really applying it on my entire cheek and across my nose, just to kind of, again, add that color back into my face because I've lost all of it. It's kind of like a deeper version of the pinks that I would typically go for in like the summertime. So I really love it. Then I have these 2 cream / serum blushes that I've been really loving. You guys know I love me my creams, and of course in the wintertime I actually do prefer to wear creams on my cheeks just because I do find that it is more flattering, especially when my skin is a little bit more on the drier side. So this one is Soft Amethyst from M Cosmetics, and it is one of their serum blushes, and I love this formula so much, again, especially when my skin is feeling extra dry, because it is literally like a hydrating blush formula. It's so interesting because it's almost like a skincare product, but for your blush. Like it feels like a skincare serum. But all of the serum blushes honestly just give such a gorgeous wash of color to the cheeks. You are definitely able to build them up if you do want them to be a little bit more punchy, but you can also just create a really nice wash of color. And because it is that serum formula, it gives that nice glow to the skin, which I love. So whenever I wear something like this, I skip a highlighter because I just don't need it. So another absolutely stunning blush shade, and I honestly don't think I have anything else like this, is the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Love. This is so pretty. Like I can't even get over this color. It's the most, oh, delicious, like rusty, reddish orange color, and on the cheeks it just looks amazing. And what I really love about the Rare Beauty blush formula is that even though they are creams, they dry down completely to like more of a powdery finish, and so they don't stay sticky on the face. They're also way more long wearing, I find, than especially something like this. The trick with this is that you do need to use a really small amount of product. Otherwise, you will definitely over apply it. So a little bit does go a long way and you just get the most beautiful wash of color. All right, so now let's talk about lip products. So in the wintertime, more than any other season, I gravitate towards tinted lip balms because my lips get so dry from the cold air blowing onto my face. And so I love a tinted lip balm because it kind of protects my lips when the wind is blowing on my face, but it also adds color. So it's a bit of like a two-in-one. So starting off with probably the two most hydrating, I have the Lanolips Tinted Lip Balm as well as the Bite Agave Lip Mask, and this is a tinted version. I'm not actually sure which one this is. It is like the pink one. It doesn't say the name anywhere, but I'll have it listed down below. But you can see it just has a really, really nice, very subtle wash of color to the lips. These are very, very thick lip mask textures. So if you want something that's ultra hydrating, these are the two that I would go to. They both have very soft color to them. You can see that this is what the Bite one looks like, and the Lanolips one, I'll show you what it looks like. This one is in the shade Nude, and it's kind of like a Your Lips But Better shade. It doesn't really add a ton of color. It looks like almost a nude lipstick, but a very hydrating nude lipstick. Next on the list is this Fresh Tinted Lip Treatment in the shade Spice, and this is, again, just a nice, really hydrating lip balm. I would say this is a step below these two guys, but still very hydrating. The shade Spice is so beautiful. It's kind of like a nice dark nude. It actually goes with my eyes really nicely because it has some nice warmth to it. But this is such an easy lip color just to throw on. It's a great everyday shade, and it obviously makes your lips feel great. Then we have the Fenty Pro Kisser Luscious Lip Balms. These I would say are quite as hydrating as the ones that I just showed you, but they still are more hydrating than like a typical lip gloss. I have two shades here, Cocoa Drizzle and then Latte Lips. Cocoa Drizzle is actually my favorite. It's kind of like this cool tone brown shade. Still super wearable though because it's obviously sheer, and it just feels really nice and buttery on the lips. This has actually been the lip color that I've been keeping in my purse. I've been wearing this like nonstop. Of course, how can I not talk about the Laneige Lip Glowy Bombs? This one in particular is in Berry. All of the shades have like a slightly different tint to them. I would almost just go with the one that you prefer the scent of the most because the tint that it gives the lips is so sheer. It doesn't even really make a difference between the shades, but Berry is one of my favorites. It smells absolutely delicious. I also just got the shade Gummy Bear, which smells like grape soda. It's also absolutely delicious. I really love these because they give a lot of beautiful shine to the lips, but of course they are also equally as hydrating. So these are beautiful as well. And those are some of my favorite tinted lip balms. So now let's talk about perfume. Once again, the Byredo Super Cedar perfume is my favorite fall winter fragrance. I cannot stop wearing this. I can't even believe that I still have this little mini sample bottle. I bought this last year and I used it so sparingly because Byredo fragrances are so stupidly expensive. I really didn't want to purchase the full size. But lately I have been getting a little bit more carefree with the spraying this, and I've been using it every single day. It does have a very woodsy scent to it. It's also very warm. I love how the website, it says evocative of log cabins and Scandinavian furniture. I love how they describe it like you're supposed to be like, oh, delicious. I love the smell of Scandinavian furniture and log cabins. But I kind of know what they mean. More specifically though, the top notes are rose petals, the heart notes are Virginian cedarwood, and the base notes are silk musk and Haitian vetiver. It's a very woodsy, slightly musky with like a touch of floral, just like a little hint. It's really the perfect balance of all of that though. It's not too overwhelming. Every time I spray it on, it just makes me feel really good and it gives me those like cozy vibes. So yeah, I'm just really babying this little sample guy so I never have to purchase the full size because I really refuse to do it, but I think one day I might have to. The very last thing that I want to talk about is a tea. I feel like I have officially become a tea person, which I'm very proud of because for the longest time, all I wanted was to be a tea person. I just wanted to be somebody who could make a cup of tea and genuinely really enjoy it because I just was never that person. I always was definitely more of a coffee person, but I don't know what happened. There was like a switch that just occurred that made me really genuinely enjoy tea, and this is definitely my favorite fall winter tea. It's been in my life for a very long time. So it is the Celestial Herbal Tea in Bengal Spice, and the reason why I really love this particular tea is because it actually relaxes me pretty significantly, and that is because I would drink this tea at a hot yoga studio that I used to go to years ago. Like I'm talking probably close to, I don't know, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. it's been a while since I've done hot yoga, but we would have this tea after every practice. And so whenever I drink this tea, it brings me back to that like Zen moment that I would be at when I would be drinking this at that hot yoga studio. And so this tea has just been such a important part of my daily, nightly routine because it just relaxes me. There's cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, and cloves. So, I mean, you can tell from that description, it's very, very spicy. With just like a little spoonful of honey, oof, delicious. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Those are some of my winter must-haves. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's video and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.